Well, the iRacing experiment continues. Today, I'm at Imola for the latest round of the GT4 Falken Tyre Challenge, and I'm still looking for that one great race to convince me to renew my subscription. Now, the GT4 race itself certainly showed some promise last time out, but ultimately it ended in frustration. Will today's turn out any better at Imola? Well, it's not an early morning single split this time, so it should be a more competitive and evenly matched grid. Qualifying was far more encouraging too. I'm starting from P6 on a stacked grid of 24 cars. Let's get on track and see how we do. Well, I've completely misjudged my speed at the end of this formation lap after the pace car went in. The lights have now gone green, but I left a big gap to the car in front, and I'm going to get eaten alive down the straight now. Danny Fernandez in the BMW cruise past, and look at that Porsche on the outside using the grass to get around. That was Benjamin Lambert. We actually run into the back of Lambert there and give him a little tap. And now we're too wide with an Aston Martin on our inside. That's Ehud Levon, and he's going to get through as well. We were forced into a wider exit out of the chicane there, and that is going to put us under even more pressure because Jeff Madsen in that blue Porsche is going to make a move up the inside into Villeneuve. But Madsen's surely not going to get that one turned in. No, he's not. He's out onto the gravel, so we do at least hold on to that one position as we approach Tosa for the first time. Oh, big cloud of smoke. There's a Porsche facing the wrong way. There's two Porsches facing the wrong way. We have to slalom through the pair of them, and we also pick up a third position because the BMW of Mikael Grimstad got caught up in that. Well, I've got no idea at all what position I'm in. What I do know is I dropped like a stone when the lights went green. Let's check out a replay and look at that Porsche on the outside take it to the grass to make several positions. That was Benjamin Lambert. I closed right in on Lambert into T1, gave him a little bit of a nudge. Thankfully, it was only a 0x. But yeah, I lost 2 or 3 positions down the start straight. Then I lost another one to Ehud Levon as we see another big crash behind us coming out of that first chicane. Thankfully, though, I started picking up a few positions coming out of Tosa. And it's the number 2 Porsche of Sami Kampainen who lost it there. Kampainen started P5 right in front of me, and he caused absolute carnage there. The other Porsche that got tagged was Benjamin Lambert. So I think we've just about regained the positions that we lost down the start straight and at turn 1 there. And as we return to the live action towards the end of lap 3, we will get confirmation on the leaderboard that we are in 7th position. So we have dropped 1 place from where we started on the grid. So that's not a disaster by any means. We're actually in quite a comfortable spot at the moment because Michael Grimstad, the driver behind, is nearly 1.5 seconds back. But the big question now is whether I can reel in this pack in front. There's a bit of a ferocious battle going on, and it looks like the yellow and black McLaren of Joel Nortz has been really duffed up through those final 2 corners. He's already lost 3 positions. He's dropped from 3rd to 6th, and he's surely going to drop to 7th now because we've got a much better run on him coming down the start-finish straight. We're just about to start lap 4. We're going to be side by side. Surely we've got the extra power we need to take this position. We're still side by side, so it's going to be a battle of wits into the first turn. Can we hold our nerve and make the pass cleanly? Yes, we can. So we're up to 6th position, but I suspect we won't have heard the last of Nortz because he is the pole position man. Let's not forget that. He was the fastest driver in qualifying. He's clearly had a nightmare first 3 laps. Oh, and he's going to have a look up the inside into Villeneuve. That spooked me big time there. It was such a late lunge. I managed to adjust my steering at the last possible moment to get us both through safely. Meanwhile, in front, Ehud Levon has run wide out of Tosa. This might give us an opportunity to snatch 5th position. We've certainly got a better exit out of that corner, but have we got enough speed to get alongside the Aston Martin before this left-hander? I don't think we have, so I do just lift and back out of that one. What an intense lap or so that was. Let's go back and check out a replay first to see what happened to our pole position driver, Joel Nortz. He's already dropped to 3rd by this point, and look at that move up the inside by the black Porsche of Brent Cicciarelli. Oh, Cicciarelli left him no room there on exit. And there we see the Aston Martin of Levon pouncing up the inside into the final corner. He takes a position, and we also take a position, but it took us until the end of the start-finish straight to get the job done. We're on the inside line into the first turn, and we pull it off cleanly. Really nice move there. But yeah, boy, did I get a fright at the next corner. Look at that late move by Nortz. He tried an ambitious pass, which thankfully did not pay off. Start of lap 5 then, and I'm still under all sorts of pressure from Joel Nortz and Helder Silva, both of them within half a second, but I'm going to find a pretty unorthodox way to extend the gap coming into T1. I missed my braking point just a little bit, and it drags me into the grass, but look at the cars behind in the rearview mirror. They followed me in and made the exact same mistake. Well, talk about target fixation. This was a prime example of it. I'm the leading car in this trio and I run it a little bit too hot and I drag the other two cars in with me. And luckily, I'm able to get back on track a lot quicker than they are, so that all of a sudden has given me a 1 second advantage. But sadly, it was an advantage I wasn't able to hold on to. We're now at the end of lap 5 and look in the rearview mirror. Helder Silva has closed right back in. He is a man on a mission now. He actually started down in 23rd on the grid. He didn't put in a qualifying time, but he has clearly got some pace here because he has reeled me in no problem, and he's looking like he's about to strike. Now, I don't want to go defensive into this first chicane because it will mess my line up good and proper for the section that follows, so I am going to stick to the racing line here and we'll see if Silva's got enough to make the pass before we make it into the chicane. Yes, he has. He pulls it off just as cleanly as I did a lap or two ago. So we're back down to 7th position then, but we might get an instant opportunity to snatch that place back because Silva wasn't convincing with his line out of that chicane. He has managed to hold on though, and I resist the temptation to poke my nose up the inside going into Villeneuve. Oh, but look at Silva, he's still all over the place, and there is a gap, albeit a small one, up the inside into Tozer. Now we've got to get our elbows out. Can we barge our way through here? We're going to be side by side exiting the corner. Silva might just have a little bit more speed if he carried some extra momentum around that wider line, but we've got to hold our nerve here and make this position our own into the left-hander, and we do. Silva's not going to take that line down though. He is going to bite right back, so it's important that we are on it through Acca Minerale. We can't make even the slightest mistake through this section. So tricky, particularly when the pressure is on, but we have got through there smoothly and cleanly, and now we're going to open up a couple of tenths. Oh, this race is fantastic, and we've still got 2 more laps to go after this one. Into the chicane then. Oh, we're a little bit tight coming out. We've picked up an off track, but I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. If it gives me an extra tenth, I will take it. Right, let's grab a quick breather from the live action and enjoy some of the highlights of this battle with Silva. Starting with Silva's move into turn 1. It's a great pass, just like the pass I pulled off a lap or two earlier. However, I didn't have to wait long for an opportunity to fight back. It came at Tozer. It was only a small gap, but we forced our way up the inside and took the position back. Well, we're now on lap 7, and look at the progress I'm making. I'm now reeling in Levon in 5th. Thankfully, the pressure has eased a little bit behind as well because there's now a 3-way battle for that 7th position. So those 3 drivers behind are all preoccupied fighting each other. And actually, if you look in the rearview mirror coming out of Tozer, there is going to be a big coming together. And we are going to lose both Helder Silva and Zdenek Kumberik. So the pressure is well and truly off behind now. We can concentrate on chasing the car in front, but we will just take a quick look at the replay to see what happened between these two. There was a couple of little bits of contact through the corner as Silva got past there, but unfortunately it looks like a terrible case of netcode which causes the big collision. Yeah, Silva is off and into that barrier hard. Oh no, he's going to rejoin right into the oncoming traffic. He's taken someone else down there. Oh, I thought he was going to rejoin for a second time, then thankfully he thought better of it. But let's watch Kumberik on the outside. There's actually no reason for him to turn in here. Why he's going to the middle or the inside of the track, I don't know. But yeah, ultimately it does look like horrible netcode. And let's ride on board with our pole position driver, Joel Nortz. He was the unlucky one that got taken out by the rejoin. There's the car coming back on track. Nortz tries to react. He doesn't lift off the throttle though. Maybe he should have done. But yeah, his race unfortunately is over. Back to the live action then, and we're going to get the white flag, which tells us that we've got just 1 lap to go, and we're actually really comfortable in 6th position now. Mikael Grimstad is nearly 2.5 seconds back in 7th, but there's an equally big gap in front of us to Erhard Levon in 5th. Now, I didn't think I stood a chance of reeling in that 2-second gap to Levon until I saw a back marker come out of pit lane right in front of Levon. JP Santiago in that Mercedes is slowing Levon down here, so have we got a chance to fight for 5th before this race is over? We've already halved the deficit. It's now 1 second as we come out of Villeneuve, and it is getting ever closer because Levon is really struggling to get past Santiago. He has to go wide. We're going to have to go wide too, but now we're going to have to try the switch back to lap Santiago. We get up the inside of him, we get on the gas, and we are now within 0.7 of a second of Le Bon. Is Santiago going to lift to allow me to get back on the racing line? Yes, he is. So we're into this left-hander. We are all over the rear of Le Bon now. Can we fight for 5th position? We've got half a lap to go. I wasn't expecting to get the opportunity, but now it is here. And through Acca Minerale, we are right on his tail now. We're only a few corners from home, but I really think I've got what it takes here to get into the top 5. It's important to get as close as we possibly can to this Aston Martin coming through the chicane and put him under a pressure. Oh, he's buckled under that pressure. Le Bon took far too much of the inside curve. It's compromised his exit, and we could make the pass here. We've got the run, and we are up into 5th position with 2 corners to go. All I need to do is hold my nerve and hold my line into Rivazza-One. Oh, there's contact. We've been nudged from behind by Le Bon. We're out onto the grass. We've managed to keep it facing in the right direction. Santiago goes past. He's unlapped himself. Le Bon goes past. He's retaken that 5th position. He has said sorry in the chat, but he's going to stay in front. Meanwhile, I've got back on track just in time to keep ahead of Grimstad and Combereg, but they're both within 0.1 of a second behind as we cross the line, take the checkered flag in 6th position. Well, what a dramatic end to this race. This is the moment where I thought I'd got 5th. Le Bon made a right mess of his line through that chicane. It gave me the opportunity to get a faster exit. At this point, I've got the pass done. I pull in front of Le Bon, and as we head into Rivazza-One, it looks like Le Bon is just a fraction later on the brakes. He can't get the car stopped, and he runs into my rear. I do my best to save it. Luckily, I do manage to keep it facing in the right direction, but it's not enough to keep 5th position. Let's ride on board in the Aston Martin with Le Bon and see it from his point of view. Now, at this point, I've just made the pass. I moved back onto the racing line. Maybe that was my mistake. Perhaps I should have stayed over to the left, but yeah, he just outbraked himself. He couldn't stop himself from running into the rear. Actually, at this point, it looks like he's thinking about giving me the position back, but I suspect he saw all the other cars charging in and had to keep on going. So no hard feelings from me. It was an honest mistake, and it was a dramatic end to a thrilling battle here at Imola. Let's check out the classified results then. There we are down in P6. It could so easily have been P5. But I'm more than happy with that performance, and I'm really pleased with my fastest lap in the race too, a 1:53.2. That's 6/10 quicker than my qualifying time, so I improved as the race went on here. And yeah, this is the most enjoyable experience I've had in iRacing for a long time. Exceptional racing, fantastic battling. Sure, it was a disappointing end, but I've got no problem with that. It was an honest racing mistake. 2 drivers pushing as hard as they can in the final 2 corners to get into the top 5. Today, it wasn't my day. Maybe next time it will be. Thank you ever so much for watching.